Welcome everybody, and thank you very much for joining us. This is a brand new game we're bringing out to the Minecraft community, and it's built on the Qubetubers server. You can find us at the website www.qubetubers.com. That's www.qubetubers.com. This is Qubetubers with a Q. You can find our public SMP at mc.qubetubers.com. This is like SPLEEF. If you've ever played SPLEEF, this is similar to it. It's kind of built. It's one of those games where it's built in the air. It's got other than knocking out blocks at the bottom, that's kind of how that's the only similarities. I think that's where it ends with SPLEEF. It's more fun than SPLEEF, that's for sure. The arena can be built in any way of your choosing. This is the basic idea of it. There's a Stargate hanging off there. We have on this server. There's a Stargate system, so that just allows people to get to here faster. On this server is also the craftbook plugin, which helps a lot in this matter. Just for getting up and down. This game, unfortunately, it can't really be played unless you have a fly mod or compassing enabled on this. So this is built on the creative server of the Qubetubers SMP. And what that does is it allows people to spawn items whenever they want. They can fly and they can use the compasses and everything else. So the advantage to that is that, well, when we get into the game, you'll see. So this is the basic arena design. Let me just get in here. As you notice, if you take note here, the floors of the arena is they're kind of floating. You can design them any way you'd like, but in this manner, they're floating and they're mixed between 40% obsidian and 70%, and 60% ice. Obviously, it can't be 70%. That doesn't work. You'll notice along the sides, there's wool blocks, and they are just well, I guess kind of color on the sides, and they do serve a purpose. You'll see it later on. That's an observation box, and that's obviously the towers. Oh, and we got some rain happening here. Now you see in the middle here, that's a gate switch, which allows us to control the starting and stopping of the game, of the rounds. And they're set up on a timer, except that this one, of course, is going to turn me into a liar by not working. So let's jump to the other side real quick. Oh, there we go. Now it worked. And that's the gate. See, as I said, this uses the craftbook plugin to use the gate system. It also uses the craftbook plugin to get people up when they fall down. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the... I could make a quick change to the region here, which I believe is SPLEEF 1. I'm going to turn PvP to allow. In this game, you're allowed to attack people. It's very similar. How it all starts out is you come in through here, the beginning of the Stargate. You come in and you choose your team. So teams, we have gold and you have white. So we have gold teams and we have chain teams. And then you come over this side and you have all these signs. This, again, using the craftbook plugin, allows us to generate items. So I'm going to choose the gold team because, well, why not? So I right-click on the sign, and then I choose a stack, these are helmets. You guys can see that. Let me put this thing on. And then the next one is going to be chest plates. Next one is going to be legs. Last is feet. A wooden pickaxe. And a stack of meat. Now, they're all 64 stacks, and you're maybe wondering why I'm taking 64 stacks. Well, you'll see as the game goes on. So let's put the armor on. Now, how I like to do is I put my meat on the second, and then I fill the rest of my bar up with pickaxes. And generally, because I'm the guy who fixes the arena, I always end up having to give myself some wool. So I'm going to give wool and some yellow wool. There we go. So I'm able to fix the arena now. Now, once you choose your armor, just like on the other side, if you're the white team, you do the same thing, except you're getting chain armor. Now, chain and gold armor have the exact same damage values. So you may be wondering what this stuff is on the floor. The redstone, what it does, it's more of an alarm so we know the Stargate's open. When the Stargate turns on, we hear that, and then when it turns off, well, you'll hear it. It'll just stop. Eventually. There we go, and it turns it off. That's just more of a little gimmick for us to be able to hear what's going on. The lava, unfortunately, does not cause damage. It'd be ideal if it did. That way you're dying. It's slow stone surrounding it, so if you want to jump across using the slow stone, you're more than allowed to. You're not allowed to fly when you're inside the arena, but you are allowed to... no, actually, never mind. You're not allowed to fly anywhere. You're not allowed to fly or compass or anything. How the game starts, the objective of the game is if we start on this line, I'm on the gold team. Whoop, I'm falling down. I'm on the gold team, and I want to hit the blocks at the back wall. Now, if we fly over there, and we see where Cyanox is standing, you'll see there's 7 blocks of wool along the back wall. And the trick to doing this is that you want to break those blocks, all 7 of them, on the back wall, not the side walls. And their objective is to stop you. And the fun thing is with PvP turned on, if I'm going over there, for example, and I start trying to take out this block, someone's going to come in and try and stop me. I'm going to keep breaking some blocks, and no one's stopping. Oh, wait, I have God mode on. That doesn't help. So let's ungod there. There we go. God mode's turned off. Now I'll try it again. I'm trying to break the block, but I can't. I just can't get into that block. It's resetting, and they want to knock me down. If they can knock me down, then obviously I can't break the block. I'm allowed to stop myself from falling. I'm also allowed to use a compass to get this platform at the bottom. That's what this platform works with. The again, is from the craftbook plugin, and there's 2 sides here. You have the white side and you have the gold side. Now, since I'm on the gold team, I have to use the gold side. I can, there's nothing really stopping me from using the white side, but it's just, it's just like SPLEEF and everything else. It's all an honor game. So we go up and we use that in there, and now we're back on the gold side, ready to run in. Again, you have to run in on your own side. I can't run in on their end because that's not very fair for them, right? You have to start in on your own side. So let's jump back over to here. And jump down, bam, and I keep going. So I jump across, and the goal is to just keep breaking the blocks as fast as you can. See, they can fight you. You got to fight them back. If I can hit him off, now I have an open chance. Oh, Smokey's here. So that's the idea behind. That's the basic principle. There's strategy involved in the game too. You can do techniques, like for example, if Aiden stops breaking all the blocks. For example, if we wanted to come over here and Smokey wanted to stop us from being able to break it easily, Smokey can start taking out the ice that we're running on. So he starts breaking the ice, and that's where the SPLEEF aspect comes into. You start breaking the ice, and it makes it difficult for people to be able to defend themselves. Or to stay up, because you're gonna have less and less ice, and then the chances of them falling is very likely. And the rule is, once you get off the thing, you have to go down here. You have to go to the platform, and you have to lift yourself back up. The basic game starts from the very beginning of the game. Let's put the gate down. That should go down. There we go. And I'll fix the floors real quickly. I have it set up so I can do this real easily. Perfect. The basic game starts like this. Everyone starts on the back line. That's the very important thing. You have to start on your back line. You can only use a wooden pickaxe. The reason why you use a wooden pickaxe is because you don't want to kill the people. That's just, if you use diamond or a sword or something like that, you're going to kill people, and then that's just a hassle trying to get them back into the game. Because when you fall down, you get back up and you keep playing. All right, so you start on the back line with your wooden pickaxe ready, and you go up. Someone's going to hit the switch. Unfortunately, someone always has to hit the switch. I don't know. We have to figure something else out. And the gate goes up. As soon as the gate magically goes up, it's on a timer, so that gate takes 2 seconds before it to go up. As soon as it starts, oh, I fall right away. I'm going to just fly right back up here, just to make it interesting. As soon as it starts, everyone runs. Everyone tries. Some people stay on defense. Some people go on offense. And there's the objective is to knock those blocks out. So we're just going to show a little of how it goes. This is 2-on-2. Now, see, Smokey and them are being distracted. Cyanox is busy doing that. I gotta get over here. Oh, no, I didn't make it. So I'm gonna fall down, go back up a gold, come back on my side. See, now they're both attacking. None of them are. No one's trying. No, sorry, they're both defending. They're not attacking. 2-on-2 is almost impossible to play simply because it takes too long. The minimum I recommend for playing this game is 3-on-3, but even then, 4-on-4 is the best. 5-on-5 is the best, but 4-on-4 is like the minimum you want to go with. Now, let's just jump ahead here and say I'm gonna turn my super pickaxe. Let's just jump ahead and say all the blocks got destroyed. So now we're sitting here. The gold team has won, and all the blocks are gone. That's what it looks like when you win. Now, the big thing you have to keep in mind is people have to use the chat room, because if you're not using a voice system, which you should be using, like Vent or something, then you have to communicate with the chat. So you really have to pay attention. What happens in this scenario? Generally, the floors have been damaged, people are alive, all the blocks are gone. So what happens is every round the floors change. That's just how, because we use the world edit to allow this. So just like that, new floors are fixed. And then someone goes in. Whoops, my client lagged for a second there. Everyone comes in, and then we all fix the blocks. And there we go. Now, since the gold team has 1-1, we use the sides here as a scoreboard. So we just knock out the first one. There we go. Nice and simple. And on top of that, since the blue team has won, or sorry, the gold team has won a round, that means they have to lose one of their blocks at the back to start with. So the other team gets an advantage. If you look around, there's strategies, kind of like you look at the floor and go, well, which one's the best block to take out? And it's not the one in the middle or anything. It's always the one. It's the easiest one to get to. This one just happens to be the one in the middle, because you want the harder ones to be, ones that they want to run for. So again, the game starts this way, and it proceeds all the way up to, we play best of 5, just because if you ever get left with more, or with one block to begin with, you just got to sit here and camp and try and stop people from coming at you. So that's really the best way. We have water in the center of our ring. If you go through the water, it only goes down in one row. You can actually catch yourself, and you can spend time coming back up if you want. They can stop you, hit you, and do whatever, They can stop you from coming across. But if you fall through the water, because it stops, we have magical blocks here that stop the water. If you fall through there, obviously, then you're down. And you have to go back to your side and jump up. You can break the obsidian if you want, but with a wooden pickaxe, it's going to take you a really long time and generally not recommended. What else is there? The fire won't hurt you. Do you guys think I'm missing anything else from this? Aiden or Smokey?
Not really. No. I think you got everything.
I think so. And the game, there's no time limit.
The floors are randomized.
The floors are randomized. Yes, they are.
You forgot uneven teams.
Oh yes. Okay. So, for example, if I'm now on the goal, if I choose to be on the chain team, so we now have 3 against 1 because that's absolutely fair. Actually, how about if I just don't play? If I don't play, then what happens in this situation is, as I said, the floors here are 40% obsidian and 60% ice. Well, for the team that has one less player, we switch it around. The team that has the one less gets 30% obsidian, 10% air, and then 70% ice, or 60% ice. And the reason for that is that they don't have to spend time breaking out holes, and it's harder for the opposite team to run across their area. They can also the other team, the disadvantaged team, gets an iron pickaxe, as opposed to just a standard wooden pickaxe. Now, the iron pickaxe, of course, is a lot more fun because you do a lot more damage. And the reason why you do more damage, or why it's more fun doing more damage, okay, you got some already, is that when you're hitting somebody with an iron pickaxe, you hurt a lot more. You don't go flying back, but you have to worry about healing yourself or dying. And you can also break the ice faster. That's always an advantage. So if I hit somebody, like with my iron pickaxe, he's actually, I think he goes farther too. But he's got to worry about staying alive, because if he dies, it's going to take him extra long to get back here. And then Cyanox is going to try and run through. So that's with the iron pickaxe. I think that's really the only advantage. Oh, I have my super pickaxe on. Whoops. That's the only advantage. You get the floor change and you get the iron pickaxe. So the other team has to worry about healing themselves. You are not allowed to teleport back up to the arena once you've fallen. You have to come down here. You can't, even if you can fly or use your compass, you got to come down and use this system, because otherwise it's not fair to anybody. But you can go as fast as you want down that platform. You can compass down to it. You can set your home to it. You can do whatever you would like. We have some observation rooms if you like to watch the game, which actually is a pretty good angle to watch the arena at. I do believe that about covers the game of Breaker Breaker, which is what we've called it, because you're breaking the floors and you're breaking the walls. This is Breaker Breaker. I think that's it. Does anyone else have anything to add?
The best time to play it would be with more than 4 people.
Oh, of course, 5 people, I love it, but 4 is like the absolute minimum, I think. So you can build your arena any way you
play
want.
It with
obviously.
2 people, but
on the outside of this arena, we don't put it right to the wall, so you can't. Because I noticed in Split, people like to hug the wall and keep running. So if you want to hug the wall here, you fall down. So that's kind of what that does. It stops you from being able to hug the wall. It's also a 2-block jump in the middle, which is a pain in the butt to do. Because you can't hold it, you have to time it. So it's jump up. I jumped it anymore. See? You have to time it. All right. Aiden and Smokey and Cyanox, if that's everything, then I think this video is done, and that's how you play Breaker Breaker, everybody. You can find it at www.qubetubers.com. There's Qubetubers spelled with a Q. You can find this the server or this arena is on the creative map for the Qubetubers SMP, the public SMP, which is not whitelisted, and that's mc.qubetubers.com. Again, that's Qubetubers with a Q. Thank you very much. My name is Michael Bazdell. I'm joined by Smokey the Bear and by Aiden Castor and, of course, Cyanox. You can find me as mbazdell on the server or in the chat room. Take care, everybody, and thank you very much for watching. And hope to see you in the arena.